Hello and welcome to this match preview for Southampton vs Fulham, second to last home game in the Prem for at least another year. Obviously after this match week we're probably going to be mathematically relegated, so that would be a nice, weight off the shoulders to be confirmed. But yeah, this is probably going to be a short one because really there's nothing to talk about. We're relegated. I mean, that's about it. That's the story. It's really just a waiting game to see what happens next season. Obviously, we're going to be having new managers, new players, new staff, a whole revamp, which is definitely needed. It's been needed for a while. I would have much preferred it to happen in the Prem, but, unlucky, I guess. But we're fully deserved to go down. I mean, 24 points is shit. That is awful bad. And, we haven't won for 11 games or 12 games. It's crazy to think that if we just won 1 or 2 in the last 12, we would be in and around staying up. That is absolutely wild. The teams around us have been bad, and we've been absolutely shit. So there's going to be a lot of outings. Obviously, Salazar looks like he's ready to go already. He can't wait till the end of the season. He wants to go now, which is a bit weird considering, he could have actually played a part in keeping us up, which is odd because he barely featured since January. But it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, we're done, we're finished, and there's not much to talk about. For this game, I don't particularly care. Even if we win, it doesn't matter. We're not going to stay up. So it's sort of just like, I would prefer to see players that you'd expect to be here next year, to be honest. But I know Salah's isn't going to do it because mathematically we're still alive. I would just prefer to see maybe some youngsters on the bench, players that are going to stay. You can get rid of the players out of the team that are not going to be here next year because there's no point. Might as well get some minutes for some of the youngsters that may be coming through and some of the fringe players that will be playing a bigger part next season. But at the end of the day, it doesn't particularly all matter this game. I mean, there's honestly nothing to talk about. My preferred lineup would just be, I'm not going to say them individually, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview. It'd just be the young players. As I said before, the players that are going to be here next year. So the likes of Mara probably, what's the point of playing McCarthy? Just chuck Bazunu back in. There was no point even replacing Bazunu. We all know McCarthy's not that good of a player, especially with the ball at his feet. Fucking hell, he is shocking with that. But just get rid of players that aren't going to be here next year. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of players that are leaving, which is unfortunate. I'm guessing Lavia would be leaving, Ward-Prowse even leaving. So it's going to be a massive overhaul next season, but that's all we got to do. Just wait and see for next season. Wait for this bloody match week to be over, confirmed relegated. Then maybe in the last 2 games against who do we play? Liverpool and Brighton. Maybe we might see some fresher faces, some youngsters. Maybe Ballard gets some minutes, Dibbling gets some minutes. I think it's been really poor this season with the ability to not put players on the bench. There's some players that should be there. Ballard and Dibbling, you don't start them, obviously, but at least put them there. Adozie should have been on the bench every week, for every game. Big Paul doesn't exist, Orsic doesn't exist. But those are sort of the issues that have happened this season. The January signings, only Alcaraz has really made a big impact because Suleiman is not allowed to play. Big Paul's not allowed to play. And obviously Orsic played 10 minutes maybe in the Prem, 15 minutes, so it is what it is. My prediction for this game, Fulham put 5 past Leicester, I think it was, last game, so we're getting hit pretty heavily at the moment. We're conceding a lot of goals. We're scoring goals, yay. It doesn't matter anymore. So I'm probably expecting like a 3-0 Fulham, I want to say, maybe a 3-1. But definitely not a close game. We couldn't beat anyone. I wouldn't be surprised if say, you put this team, the starting 11, against teams in the Championship, we wouldn't win any games because it just honestly feels like we have no idea what we're doing, no direction, no style of play, no identity, and that's been sort of the common story this entire season. So, yeah, that's that. We're going to lose. I don't particularly care. I will do a watch-along, but it's just like, I don't know. There's only 3 games left, so I might as well just finish the season, watch all the games, and then really get excited, I guess, for the Championship and hope to God that the board makes some smart decisions because, God, they have royally fucked it this year, especially with the managers. Nathan Jones should have never been here, and Salah should never been given the job. Unreal stuff, but you live and die by those mistakes, and obviously, hopefully, they'll rectify them in the summer and get us back to the Prem first time of asking, but will that happen? We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, so that's basically the preview. nothing really much to say. Fulham are doing well. They've had a good season. We've had the opposite of that, an absolute shocking season. And, yeah, the worst team I've ever seen, because obviously I've only really been watching Southampton since I was about 10 or 11, which is when they got promoted to the Prem. So, yeah, unlucky, I guess. But that's it for this video. I'll do a community post if you want to bloody vote. But, yeah, like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys for the watch-along and, well, 100% guaranteed relegation.